Oh, good evening, guys. Just coming on to get a video out of the way this evening. I don't have a whole ton of time, so and I have what the heck's going on here? I don't have a whole ton of time, but I have like three videos I want to make in the next like 24 hours, not even. Had an SGC submission come back, an actual honest to goodness real life PSA submission coming back that took about 16 months. So I want to do that one, and a mail day video. This of course is the SGC one. This was a 4-card submission sent last month. It was absolutely ridiculous. I think this one was done 10 business days. I think it was 10 business days, and it was like back in my group submitter's hands. My group submitter being Baubles and Ball Cards, as always. Fantastic group, fantastic Facebook group. The subs he does is wonderful. I'm a fan of SGC, so it all works. There you go. Number 1, this card is a 1996 Skybox Premium, number 16. I have the SGC info on the one side, and for a comparison, I have the PSA stuff on the other side, just because PSA is PSA. They're not my favorite card graders, but they are the biggest, so you got to include them. When you're looking at the numbers, like SGC's graded this card 99 times and PSA's over 1,000, so 10 times the amount of cards graded and everything else. So but what I was finding, I was putting the gem rates with this card, because there's 11 10s. SGC has graded it, it's given it 11 10s and 3 10 pluses, so I added those together because the 10 plus is a gem. So that would have been a 14 out of 99, with a 14.1% gem rate with SGC and a 25.9% with PSA. You will see that is a very familiar it's kind of the way it goes moving forward. PSA is always got a higher gem rate. I've seen lots of videos. There's lots of YouTubers that kind of give reasons why, and oh, it's because of this and because of that, and oh, they don't have a 9.5, and oh, well, they grade more, with this stuff in mind and whatever. It's like, I don't know what you're. There's the numbers. That's how many 10s. That's how many times they've graded it. That's the gem rate. I don't know, what else do you want? You can come up with as many reasons as you want. There's the numbers. Bang. So there you go. This one, what did I give this? I graded this one pretty high. I said there is a micro dot of white bottom right hand corner. Man, I gave this one a 9.5. I wasn't sure if it was going to get a 10. I gave it a 9.5. I thought it was a very, very nice, clean card. It's a base card. It's not the rubies or anything like that from this set. It's just a straight up base card, but I'm a 90s collector. I love Jordans. I get my hands on a really clean base card, junk wax or not, I don't really care. I'm going to grade it. If I think it has a shot at a 10, and I thought this card did, I graded it a little conservatively, a 9.5. I thought it had a shot at a 10, but I was like, it might not. It might not get it. But if it's going to be close, I'm going to send it in because I like my 90s cards and I love my Jordans. So this card got a, oh snap! That is fantastic. What did I say? Front bottom right micro dot of white. So, oh yeah, can you see it? Is that coming in there? right there. That basically, that was the only flaw on this card. Other than that, I thought there was an issue. I don't know if it'll even pick it up. Do you see right in the middle of the M on the gold foil, there's a dot. There's a tiny little dimple. I was like, oh man, there's a little dimple on the foil. But I went and checked. I have a couple other of these cards, and they all have the identical same dot. So that is something just from manufacturing. That is something that happens in the factory. But this card, even on the back, usually with this 90s stuff, although this is a Skybox, the premium, so I'm guessing maybe with the nicer card stock and stuff, like there is absolutely no chipping or anything on the back of this card. It is absolutely perfect. And on this, so like, because I wasn't sure about that dot, but now that I am, that little dot of white right there is the only flaw on this card. It was I was like, this is such a, when it showed up, and it was like $3 or something goofy. I just saw it, and the guy had nice pictures. So it's like, man, when you can really get a good look at a card, then there you go. So that's awesome. See, now last time, my last submission, I had out of my 4 cards, I had 2 A's. They were just all. They were short cards. They were factory miscuts, because one of them, a 92 Fleer Ultra base card Jordan, I pack pulled in 92. So who the hell knows? This is 1997 Topps Team Timber insert. This is Ken Griffey Jr. These are cool because it's actually, I don't know if you can see like the wood grain and stuff. This is actually a wooden card. They have, like, it's very thin laminate and stuff like that. I thought this card was edges, corners, surface. I thought it was perfect. The only issue I had was the centering. I couldn't find very many examples because, well, SGC's only graded it 10 times. PSA 59 times. But the gem rates, 10% gem rate is like pretty, a little higher for that, guys. But PSA is a 50% gem rate. So I noticed it is a fairly resilient card. It's kind of like, it's wood, but it holds up like a chrome card. Like the corners and everything from a card from 97, they are rock solid. So centering was the big one. When I sent it into my group submitter, Baubles and Ball Cards, he does a preview of all the cards that they're sending in to get graded, and he kind of questioned. He was like, "Ooh," he goes, "Is there?" And he thought there might have actually been a bit of a crack, but I looked this card over so well, and he was like, "I can't tell." He said, "I think it's either a mark in the grain, a grain of the wood." Like you can see the grains all over the place. And he says, or it might be a crack. And I just said, man, it's already there. I've already sent it to you and everything else. So just send it in. I said, I looked it over so good. I did not see any cracks, but that doesn't mean anything. He has graded an infinite number more cards than I have. So, and at that point, I'm just like, oh my God, it's just throw it in, man. That's not, who cares? It's too late. Like, oh my God. So yeah, I gave this card anywhere. I said the card could be a 10, but with the centering, it could knock it down to like a 9. And I'm going just by off the centering. If it actually has a crack in it, like, oh my God, this thing it'll be like off the charts. It'll be like way down. Oh no, wait, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Okay, so at lowest, it would have been an 8 because they only have 10 cards and they're all right there. Hopefully no cracks. Hopefully decent centering. It's not a 10 plus. I'm hoping for the 9.5 maybe. And it got the 8. Oh my God. All right. Maybe there actually is a crack in there somewhere. God damn it. Well, that sucks. Well, that's, hey, well, it's only gotten 1 8. It's a 1 of 1. It's the only 8 graded. Shit. Now I'm really going to have to look this thing over as good as I can. Wow, man. There must be a little tiny crack in there somewhere. I'll see if Bobbles remembers where it was exactly, where he thought he saw the crack, and I'll have to look that over. Shit. Well, that kind of sucks. I had some high hopes for that one. Next card. Yeah, let's do this one. Next card. I'm kind of getting back into the Marvel stuff, and this is pretty sweet. This is from the 1993. That would be series 4. The series 4 Marvel Universe. This is the hologram chase card from that set. This is Spidey versus Venom. Very interesting stuff. I read up about these because it was like, oh, the one I got's the multicolor. Of course, the indoor lights don't do it much justice, but when you put it in actual sunlight, it goes anywhere from like a bright yellow into an orange. And there's green, there's dark green, there's red. You can kind of see like the red here, and then to like yellow or gold on this side. But in the sunlight, in actual sunlight, there's like crazy green and everything else in there. But it's all the different colors were not done on purpose. I read up on some stuff, and they said it was just basically kind of a different mixture of, a little bit more of this chemical, a little bit of less of that, let it sit for a little longer, let it sit for a little shorter, and it would just make these, some of them, like there's ones that are like a dark blue color, and from what I've heard, those are the rarest, and then there's like ones that are like blood red, there's gold, there's yellow, there's orange, there's green, there's dark green, light green, there's all these different colors, but none of them were by design. It was just kind of they just kind of went with it, and whatever that batch made, so SGC PSA does have, I think they list like four or 5 different color variations and kind of put them in one of those. SGC doesn't. They just say it's the hologram, and whatever color you got is the color you got, kind of thing. So it did not get a 10 because it's got a 0% gem rate. It didn't get a 10. It didn't even get a 9.5. This card, I was quite happy with it. There are no scratches on it or anything like that. The surface is super, super clean. The corners are rounded from the factory, and they have like, it's like the hologram stuff doesn't quite go in deep into the corner, but I thought it was centered quite nicely. It looked like it was centered good. There were no scratches on the surface, but I did notice in the surface, and like you can't see them like this. I couldn't see them until I really took a deep dive with a magnifying glass and a good light. And then I noticed in the surface, kind of in the lower part, there was like these like tiny little kind of bubbles in like the surface of the card, in the resin or the chemical or whatever the hell, the stuff that they made these things out of. It looks like a little bit of, is that moisture between yeah, it's just in between the plastic and the card. But it's there's like tiny little bits of bubbles on the surface, so I have no idea. I was hoping for a decent grade. Yeah, I don't think I even gave it a grade. A pre-grade, because I had absolutely no idea. So let's just see what we got. This one came back a 8.5. Well, hey man, that's not so bad. The highest grade they gave him is a 9. And 9 8.5s. I'll take it. It's a really sweet card, man. It's like I think this is wicked, and wow, it looks pretty damn good in a tux too. Holy shit. That's a sweet looking card. That's sweet. I like that one. 8.5 or 9, I wasn't too super concerned, as long as it didn't get like a 4 or something like that. But 8.5, I'll take it on that one, because that I just think it looks wicked. And I'm, for whatever reason, I don't even know why, I've never been a huge Spider. I always said I was never a big Spider-Man fan, but I think maybe I am, because I I'm getting a little bit of a Spider-Man collection kind of going on. And the stuff that I find and the stuff that I'm like, oh, that looks really, really sweet. It seems to be Spider-Man a lot. I don't know why. Spider-Man and Venom's also a kind of a little bit of a Marvelish PC guy. So with Spidey and Venom on that card, that's damn cool. Last one. Last but absolutely not least. This is actually, I'm sorry, I'm going to take a second to have to look at this thing, because this is actually the first time I have seen this card. This is the first time I've seen this card because I bought it from a someone in the SGC group, Baubles and Ball Cards, the Facebook group. JD, he is the part owner of Card Hedge. He is in the group, and he had some stuff for sale, and this has been one of those cards that I've always wanted. Whoops. I'm getting carried away here. This is the 93 Ultra Power in the Key, Jordan. One of those cards that I've kind of always wanted since I was a kid. Well, I wasn't even a kid, but whatever. The 93, like the big inserts for that set, or the Power in the Key, and then the Scoring Kings. I would really, really like a Scoring Kings, but I have a feeling those are already, that ship has sailed on those ones. Those are not cheap in any kind of condition, especially a raw one that's gradable is like up there. They're like $500, $600. And then you get one graded, you get a good grade on trying to buy one that's like an SGC 9 or whatever is it's not cheap. But this also is from that same set, and I'm a fan of the old Ultra sets. I thought they were really, really fantastic looking cards. And this is the Power in the Key. I think it's, what is it, number 2? Number 1? Number 2 of 9. Foil card. God damn, that looks awesome. That looks really nice. I don't see any, and so I had no, this is the first time I'm actually seeing the card, so I had no grade. Assigned to this. The surface looks pretty good. Might be a one, or maybe might be a tiny bit of a dent right in the, well, no. I don't know. I can't tell if that's a texture on the card or not. But the corners, oh, damn. The corners look very nice. This corner, I kind of noticed. It's got a tiny bit of a bend to it. Oh, quit doing that. You can see the way it catches the light. There's a tiny bit of a bend on that corner. And the back, from the pictures I saw, it's just that one little kind of nick there. So not too bad otherwise. And this is another card I was like, man, as long as it doesn't get a 5 or something, I don't care. This is straight into the old PC. It's not going to get a 10. This card has a less than 1. It's a 0.66% gem rate from SGC, and PSA is a 4.6. Holy cow. But I don't care. I don't care, because that's pretty damn nice. And drum roll. Probably the nicest Jordan insert I have to date. And we got a 7.5. I think that's what he was kind of saying. He's like, I would hope it gets an 8. He said, Matt, he goes, it'll be in the 7.5 to 8 range. And yeah, he was right. And I said, yeah, man, I'm cool with that. It's good to me. So, and I would put most of that right on that corner, getting me a 7.5. Yeah, and that nick on the back too. Yeah, not bad. That is pretty damn sweet. Very nice. Thank you, JD. And that's the submission. I have a 15 card PSA submission that I will be I'm going to try to do it first thing in the morning and get that out. And then a mail day. I think I have one more card coming that I want to include on it that should arrive tomorrow. My plate is so full. I've got so much stuff I have to do in the next day or so. Oh my God. I got to get my SGC mailed off, or SGC submission mailed off. I got tons of crap. Anyways, man, guys, that's the sub. I'm pretty happy with it. This card is about the only one that I'm really going to have to take a closer look on. Grades as expected on this. This one is a touch of a surprise. I was kind of thinking it was going to get a 9.5. But wow, that's cool. I really like that. And then, yeah, everything else I'm pretty happy with, except for this one. But all right. Thanks a lot, guys. Whatever. See you on the next one. Peace.